Our Earth, a unique planet in the universe that supports life, hosting billions of living creatures in many forms. Life is very common on the Earth, but seems missing from other parts of the universe. Or perhaps not. Aliens have remained one of the interesting characters in our lives. We often hear news about UFO sightings, disguised aliens wandering on the Earth, and some unexpected encounters of aliens with humans. All these news and reports are just one side of the coin, but there's also other side of the coin, less known to common people. It is based on scientific hypotheses and studies on the existence of aliens. But first, let's look at myths and hoaxes that seem to disguise the reality. So stay with me. What comes in your mind when you think about aliens? Probably large, creepy, super intelligent creatures wandering around the universe in their spaceships having most advanced technology. They may be coming soon to conquer our Earth and wipe out humanity. Or you may think aliens are already on the Earth and are living in their top secret colonies and are underway in executing the plan to wipe out humanity and take control of the Earth. Or they are already working with humans in top secret government agencies to build advanced technologies. There are many more myths wandering around our societies. Alien UFO have been spotted, people being kidnapped by super intelligent creatures, alien attack on some parts of the Earth, alien landing and curing paralyzed persons in some villages. These unproved sightings are merely hoaxes that don't take us anywhere in understanding the existence and nature of extraterrestrial life. These hoaxes have even put bad impression on some people psychologically. Many industries such as Hollywood and tourism get benefit from these hoaxes, which further fed the fire of creating new hoaxes and fake alien sightings. If you are observing the existence of alien on mythical side of the coin, then it will get you nowhere. If you want to learn about extraterrestrial life, then let's bust these myths in the first place and find the truth. Sightings of unidentified flying objects goes back to prehistoric time when people observed something bright moving past the sky. They made assumptions, stories, and even drawings in their caves, explaining them as otherworld creatures wandering on our Earth. But in reality, they used to observe falling meteors and near-Earth comets. Our history prior to film industry is full of pointing unexplained things to supernatural creatures such as construction of pyramids, crop circles, and UFO sightings. But the actual fame that these myths got worldwide was after the advent of film industry. The first successful movie showing the alien was A Trip to the Moon, released in the 1902. Since then, there's a strong market value in such types of movies. All the hoaxes and myths, along with some spices of science, made these movies to feel like the reality. After film industry, there came tourism industry, which promoted hoaxes to attract the tourists. Even many governments, including India, Russia, and US, directly and indirectly promoted hoaxes to improve their tourism sector in many parts of their countries. So why aliens are always showed as creepy and supernatural? There is no any scientific evidence on how extraterrestrial life may look like. All the shapes presented as aliens are no more than just imaginations of artists inspired from fictitious stories, myths, and hoaxes. Until then, it was all about myths that have been wandering without any scientific backing. But what is extraterrestrial life then? Does it really exist? To understand the extraterrestrial life and its existence, we need to understand what is life in the first place. The actual definition about life is not yet formed, because life is not completely understood by our current knowledge of science. But luckily, life can also be understood from its unique characteristics. Some of the basic characteristics of life forms are growth, reproduction, interactions with environment, metabolism, respond to stimuli. From these characteristics, we can distinguish between living things and non-living things. If these characteristics are present in anything, we can consider that thing as alive, whether on Earth or outside of it. The main idea that became the basis for existence of alien life is, if life has been formed on the Earth, why it can't be formed on other parts of the universe? The exact process of life formation on the Earth is not yet known, but it somehow happened, and basic forms of life, known as single-celled microorganisms, came into being. So, if life started on Earth from single-celled microorganisms, then there are chances that if same processes happen on other habitable planets in the universe, then life may have been evolved there too. But it is not necessary that life on other planets will have same chemical composition as life on the Earth. Chemical makeups of life forms on the Earth are mainly surrounded by carbon element. There are chances that chemical makeup of extraterrestrial life may or may not be surrounded by carbon. Let's get the idea about probability of extraterrestrial life existence. There are around 10 septillion planets in our observable universe, out of which only 40 billion planets are considered to be habitable. By observing complexity of life itself, the probability of extraterrestrial life becomes low. But if we keep on increasing other factors such as existence of multicellular organisms and intelligence, then the probability drops very quickly. Only one scientific evidence regarding the presence of life in any part of the universe, including our own solar system, feels sufficient enough to consider that life is also common in the universe. So, what we are doing to find extraterrestrial life? After the invention of telescope by Galileo Galilei in 17th century, the direct research in the field of astronomy began. Since the start of 20th century, scientists have been actively working to find evidence that may suggest existence of life other than Earth. They have been gathering data about habitable planets and moons that may have favorable environment to support life. In our own solar system, Mars and Europa has been marked as best candidates to search for possible life forms. Scientists are now engaged in direct approach to find evidence of extraterrestrial life. They are studying surface of various moons and planets and are observing chemical composition of their atmosphere to find any possible biosignatures. In 2005, NASA scientists have found the chemical signature of methane gas in the atmosphere of Mars. Methane is an organic gas that is also produced by living things, including some microbials in biological processes. The methane signature in Mars may indicate presence of some primitive life forms, but methane can also be formed in some other natural processes. Further research is required to confirm the origin of methane on Mars. Until then,